Hey there, it's Stephanie Shea, Chief Astrologer for janspiller.com with your July 2022 astrological overview. The good news for everyone is that the inner planets are moving direct this month, and we have both Jupiter and Mars in Aries. So that is a lot of fiery, fast moving energy, initiating energy. Help us get some goals started and actually make some progress getting from A to B. So that's great news. As we start the month, Mercury is going to be in Gemini, which is a sign it rules. So we're going to have from the 1st to the 5th Mercury in Gemini. This is probably one of the best times of the month to get important conversations started or get our message out. Say if you're in advertising or something like this, if you have something big to share with other people, I like the Mercury and Gemini days for this. Now on July 5th, Mercury moves into Cancer, and that's going to help us to get in touch with our emotions. Between July 5th and 18th, we've got Mercury in Cancer, and this is going to really heighten our intuition as well as help us pinpoint some of the feelings that may be causing us to hesitate in taking an action. Sometimes you can't figure out, what am I procrastinating, or why am I resistant to doing this certain thing? And I think when Mercury moves into Cancer, it's a lot easier to see what's going on emotionally behind the scenes and decide, oh, okay, well, actually, maybe this doesn't feel right to me, or maybe that person hurt my feelings and now I'm resisting going to spend time with them, and you can start to work with that. It's also really helpful for decision making to tune in to how you feel about the decision. So I expect the pace of decision making will probably slow down while Mercury is in Cancer. And on the 19th, Mercury moves into Leo for the rest of the month. That brings a really playful energy to daily interactions. So the end of the month is a really great time to implement creative ideas and enjoy some leisure time with your loved ones. There's a really bold energy present with that Mercury in Leo, and that can help us finalize decisions and feel confident with the plans that we make. In general, it's a really favorable time for romance, and especially because a few days earlier on the 13th, we've got a full moon in Capricorn. I'll talk about that. But also, parents and those who work with children could enjoy an easier rapport with young people, I think, while Mercury is in Leo. Now, the planet Venus is going to be in Gemini as well as we begin the month. And that really helps us to make some intellectual connections with others, as well as enjoy trying new things. Venus rules what brings us pleasure, what makes us happy. And when it's in Gemini, it kind of opens our mind to all different things that we discover we might actually enjoy. So we can use the first part of the month to blend our ideas with other people and follow our curiosity to explore new facets of ourselves. It's also a really good time for reading for those people who have plans for the summer. You're going to have a day or a vacation where you just sit in the sun and read a book or something. If you're, of course, for those experiencing winter in the southern hemisphere, you can get cozy indoors and read a book while Venus is in Gemini. Now, we definitely could be inspired to visit a new location or shake up our routines in some way. And I'd say while Venus is in Gemini, established relationships might benefit from a change of pace, and single people will be encouraged to pursue new activities if they're looking to meet someone special. Mix up your daily routines, get out of your box, so to speak, and there's a higher likelihood of meeting somebody interesting that way. Now, on July 17th, Venus will move into Cancer, and that's going to emphasize our close relationships and time with family. There's going to be a more introverted energy afoot, and that really could have the most social people wanting more time alone. Nobody's immune to Venus and Cancer energy, so even if you're usually an out and about, you might think, gosh, I actually just kind of want to chill at home. And it's a really good astrology for making home improvements and creating a special cozy living space. Creative activities are certainly supported under this, as well as any self-care nurturing activities. So knowing that this is kind of a busy month, starting out with a lot of fire and then that Gemini busy energy, by the time we hit the second half of the month, yeah, there's some good reminders from these planets in Cancer, helping us to slow down and remember to take care of ourselves and support loved ones who might need a helping hand as well. Now, let's look at Mars, right? Mars will only be in Aries for 5 days, right? So we talked about Mercury changing signs on July 5th. Also, Mars is changing signs. So on July 5th, Mars is moving from its home sign of Aries into the sign of Taurus. And I think we will feel a noticeable energetic shift. So again, if you have new initiatives during those first 5 days of July, go get them. You can still get stuff going under Mars and Taurus, but it's going to be a super strong energy for sustaining whatever it is you got the ball rolling on. You might have gotten really inspired this past month while Mars was in Aries from May 24th all the way until July 4th. So slow down, make sure your initial steps towards a goal are solid. That's what Mars and Taurus is really good for. If you missed any details in the planning, it's a great time to go back and make sure you have the time and resources necessary to be successful. Now, Taurus energy is known to be calm, but it can feel kind of tense when it's expressed through a planet like Mars, which rules anger. So keep an eye out for feeling like, things are bottled up. Whether it's your own emotions or the people around you, you can think of Taurus suddenly exploding like an angry bull, right? And so it's really wise to keep track of any feelings of frustration or resentment that might be building and try to address them before emotions reach the boiling point. So those are some pointers of working with the inner planets. Let's talk about some of the moons and the outer planets. We've got our new moon at the very end of the month on July 28th, and that is going to be a Leo new moon. And this is really great because Leo rules romance as one of them. If you are one of those people writing your intentions and to bring the right romantic relationship into your life, this Leo new moon is fantastic for that. It also rules creativity, recreation, children. People wanting to start a family might set some intentions at the Leo new moon. It's really good for any intentions that have to do with your creative expression and self-confidence. So this is a great one. If you become a member of the Jan Spiller website, you will gain access to the exact best times for wishing at each new moon. It's not always just on the day of the new moon. There are more powerful windows of time than others. So I encourage you to check that out because, of course, our subscribers for janspiller.com, they are helping to keep Jan's legacy going. And that's something Jan really wanted to happen. And I'm really happy to be helping be a part of that. So check out the website for that, for the memberships. And let's look at everything else going on. We're going to probably feel some tension between Saturn in Aquarius and Uranus in Taurus, kind of tightening up into this square. It won't be exact until October, but if you've been following this astrology, you know that there's been this tense astrology all of last year. We're finishing it up this year. That really has to do with the need to make changes that have order and structure. So there's this really tense energy between Uranus, that is rebellious, kind of just wanting to tear everything down and break free. And this can be in our personal lives. It can also play out as you see in the world politically. And there's a desire to take these drastic steps, but Saturn is involved. And this is telling us that we're only going to have success when we have an orderly long-term goal or plan in place. So it's good to look for some small actions we can take towards a more far-reaching goal and try to resist some of the more drastic impulses to just change everything now, and like don't keep anything from the past, you know. So that's always good advice. One helpful energy I think will be at the very end of the month. Uranus is going to be conjunct the North Node, and that can fuel some rapid change for sure. For those new to astrology, Uranus is this kind of rebellious planet of change, and the North Node has to do with what is a successful energy for the planet. When it's in a personal birth chart, it's what the person should be gravitating towards. But when we watch the North Node in the sky, which you can't see because it's an invisible point, but in our mind's eye, when we watch the North Node in the sky, then we know, okay, North Node Taurus, let's think Taurus themes. Okay, getting grounded, sustainable future, managing our resources. That includes money, how we're working with material resources and money. So this is big. I think we're going to feel ready to take some of the bigger steps we need to secure the future that we're picturing for ourselves. This might be reinventing our career for some people, or innovating new ways to generate income. Some people might assess their resources and what they need to live a fulfilling life and decide maybe live on less and have more free time. These are some of the themes that are going to be very present as the month is closing. And I'll touch quickly on the full moon in Capricorn. It's a 13-degree Capricorn full moon, and it's on July 13th. And so, yeah, Capricorn people, you might be feeling this one, but I do think this can be kind of a passionate energy. People sometimes think of Capricorn as serious and work-oriented, and that's true. A work issue could definitely come to light under the Capricorn full moon. If you've been working really hard at a long-term goal, whether it's career-related or in your personal life, I like this Capricorn full moon for feeling that satisfaction that your work is paying off, that this slow, steady effort was not for nothing. So you can look forward to that. And then you can think, okay, Capricorn's opposite Cancer in the sky, and that this Capricorn full moon is illuminating maybe some hidden emotions as it opposes the sun in Cancer. And that's where people can really get in touch with what they really want and what makes them feel secure. That's something that Capricorn and Cancer have in common, is this quest for security, whether it's in love, whether it's in their material life, or just the people they surround themselves with. Do they feel safe, secure, and in their power? So those are some great full moon themes. I hope that you enjoy the month of July and some of our more dynamic astrology, and I will see you back here with the next monthly overview.